All right, sweet pea. So just give me 5 minutes to demonstrate how to use the ArcGIS. This is a wonderful geographical information system online that you will have access to. And again, you can use this for my engineering class, Mr. Janish's engineering classes, as well as your core subject areas. So if you know how to use it just right, it will work in your favors, believe me. But this is a system that that local, state, and federal governments use among multiple professionals, like your real estate agents. Just to give you a good example. So let's go. When you first log in, you're going to come to the home page, and up at the very top, you're going to click on Map. All right, it's going to give you a picture, an image of the United States. So over here in the right side, right upper right hand corner, you're going to click in the search engine section. You're going to type in Hampton County, South Carolina, and it's going to take you straight to it. So I'm just using my cursor to outline the perforated line, which represents the county line for Hampton County, as you can see. And if I zoom out, it's close near the ocean. All right, so take that upon consideration when the natural disaster is going to occur. So your team is designed to focus on the natural disaster victims who chose to ride out the storms at their residence. They did not seek shelter at an emergency shelter provided by local, federal, and state officials. They chose to ride it out at their home. So now they are stuck there and they need emergency supplies to last for the next 3 days after the natural disaster occurred. So that's where your team is going to come in. You're representing the federal government. All right. So you really don't know anything about this area, but now you're going to use ArcGIS to make this happen. So the first thing I would want to know is the age, gender, the age ranges, the gender in this particular county. So this map right here that you currently have, when we search for Hampton County, South Carolina, it represents the foundation, the foundation map, which is identified as your base map. And so you can click up here to base map and you can change the view, the bird's eye view of this particular map. Think of Google. Okay, there you have it. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be adding conceptual layers on top of this base map, and each layer is going to represent detailed information the team needs to retrieve from this geographical information system in order to make a final executive solution, which is real world design challenge. So take this seriously. All right. So click on add and you're going to come down to browse living atlas layers. Now make sure that this title says living atlas, not my content, my favorites, or groups, because you have yet to establish your library. Okay, but make sure it says living atlas, and then right here where the click next to the magnifier symbol, and the first thing I'm going to do is type in gender. Here's the cool part. All right, so right here underneath filter, to make sure that you're receiving professional data instead of, oh, well, Jason, I'm just giving an example. Jason created this layer. I'm going to use his layer because he probably designed his layer and made it and allowed public access. But his data report is specific information that he had to use and pull from this system instead of it being a neutral data report from the government officials. Okay, so to make sure, right, you can say you can select the different categories that you're preferring, but the regions is very important. Hold on. Okay, so I'm sorry, I had to pause it and answer a phone call. Here we go. So for the regions, you want them to just strictly give you data for the United States. So click on that. And then you're going to scroll down and look at the item types, feature layers. You can go through that, but I'm not going to touch that. Go through your tags. You can go through that, but I wouldn't touch that either. I'm just showing you. But your status, select authoritative. And this is coming directly from the geographical information itself. So it's weeding out individual layers, conceptual layers created by individuals. And you don't know and you really don't know if they're coming from professionals. So that's very important. So by using this filter system, it's going to give you exactly what you need. So it's trashing all the stuff that's not necessary, and it's helping you to focus more on what you need. All right, so I typed in gender. All right. And look at this. Wow. I mean, they just really going hard into the data. I'm impressed. All right. But what if I need to go back and adjust? And I'm like, I'm going to go down here and I'm going to hit clear and take the authoritative off. And look, it's coming back. And I like this one. And I'm going to show you why. So you can just simply click on add to map or this plus symbol, and it'll add it to your layer. Now, everything that was underneath this layer, which was our first one, the base map, we can't see it. So on right here, you're gonna click on this arrow. You're gonna go to the content maps, where it just gives you a list of the content maps that you're adding, the layers that you're adding. And then you're gonna highlight this one. Now, if you notice, the other ones are in gray, so it's really not giving you any information. So I'm gonna take that off. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Take this gray off, and this is the one that they added because it's highlighted. So we're gonna click on the title, and you see these three dots. If you click on it, you can change the transparency so you can see through this layer and see what's underneath it. How cool is that? Make it a little bit green. Now, if I really want to step it up and say, well, I want to change the color, I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna say population and families, population and household. I'm gonna say counties and amount, location, single symbol. I'm gonna go by counties and size. All right. All right. So then I'm gonna click on OK. And transparency, I'm gonna lighten them up so it won't be so blunt on my map, but I can still see it. And you can go here to symbols and you can change the color and the symbol. So I'm gonna use a purple star. And I'm gonna hit OK, and then OK, and done. Look at that. So if I click on this star right here, it would tell me that in this area, total population, and if I scroll down, it'll give me some information, okay? Then if I start clicking around, look at that. So in that section, then if I click on the upper, in the middle, it'll give me some additional information as well. And I'm just clicking in the open area. I'm not actually clicking on the stars. But see how they have it divided into 4 different sections for Hampton County? Well, really 5. There you go. All right. And if you scroll down, it'll give you information. All right. So I'm going to show you one more time how to add a layer. So I'm going to focus on flooding. So I'm going to go to add, go to browse living atlas, and the last search still appears. So I'm gonna click on the X to delete it, and I'm going to click on flooding. All right, remember we adjusted our filters. So if you need to go back and I didn't select either one, I left this open. But making sure that it focuses on the United States is very important. All right, and then say only show content with map area. If you keep this on, boom, it'll keep it consistent for all the layers that you have, that you're using. So I'm gonna go back up here and I'm gonna add this map because it's from the actual geographic information system that we're currently using. I can see the stars, but anything else, no. So click on this arrow, and I'm gonna go down here to the flood hazard areas, click on the title, click on those three dots, go up here to transparency, and I'm just gonna simply click and drag, and see, here's my flood areas. And I'm gonna make them a little bit light so I can see what's underneath. So that tells you that there's some flooding, major flooding going on in the northwest, north-south regions. And then look over here in the northeast, and then in the north-south. You have some pretty big issues. So, you know, you can make executive decisions. You can also use the measure an area like you do on Google Maps. You could even bookmark this to come back to it. But most important, whatever data that you retrieve from this system, is important that you save it. So you're going to say save as. And I'm just going to say Hampton County, South Carolina tutorial. And then I'm just going, you have to put in a hashtag. All right. I'm just say hashtag Hampton County, South Carolina. All right. And you can put it in a brief description, but what's more important between the tags and summary happens to be the tags. All right. And make sure that your hashtag is used for your entire team so that they try to retrieve and look up some information they can find it based off the hashtag, which I'll show you in a later tutorial. Because we're running out of time with this one. So click on Save Map. And look, the title changed up here in the upper left-hand corner. Okay, so let's go click on Home, go to Content, and it should appear in your list of maps and other files that you may have saved, but you are just getting started, so you only see this one. All right, and then you can always click on it. And you can say open in map viewer. And voila, you can pick up where you left off. So this happens to be some basics. Again, this is where your legend, look at this. So if it's a small star, look at the population, it gives you this. This is your legend. This lists the layers that you added to your base map. And that's pretty much it. So I will be coming around visiting your teams today to make sure that you have what you need. But most important, you feel comfortable using ArcGIS. I'm telling you, this is a game changer for your core subject, especially if you're doing scientific methods in a project in your science class and you need to retrieve information like COVID. That's a great example. If you want to look at polluted water, geographical, real estate, marketing, I mean, the list goes on and on, but you can actually use this in all of your subject areas if you really want to dig deep and make a great impression and raise the bar amongst your peers. So best of luck. And if you have any ideas, if you stumble across a feature that you would like to share with the class, let me know. I'm offering extra credit. Each one reach one. We help one another. We're a family. So share some ideas and what you come across and discover, and we'll grow from learning. All right, as usual and always, this Panther is out, and I will see you in class. Take care, sweet pea.